Sorry guys, it's Legacy here. We're on Monster Hunter again today, and as you can see, I made it to high rank. Hell yeah. And this video is going to be full of everything you need to know and you need to do before you get to high rank. And what high rank is, for starters, is what you unlock after you finish the main part of the tutorial slash story. Alright? And I'm going to go ahead and tell you this video is going to contain spoilers when it comes to armor. You're going to know what enemies you end up killing. Okay? So if you do not want to see that, go ahead and click off the video. That's fine. But this is going to be going over absolutely everything that I can come to think of that you need to do and what is important for starters. Alright? The first thing is this little guy right here named Poogie. It's been rumored that this guy has the luck of RNG on his side. There's no 100% proven thing about it, but it's been rumored that if you pet him and you wait till the red exclamation mark pops up and you hit circle and you know he gives that the heart, that it gives you better luck when you're out on your quest, assignments, missions, optional stuff, doesn't matter. So the first thing that I want to tell you about is your bounties. You always want to have bounties on you everywhere you go. Everywhere. Always. So you want to always pick up the green ones because they're the easiest. They're going to be like collect honey, collect, I don't know, mushrooms. It's going to be random easy stuff like flowers and other stuff. Alright? And the blue is the next highest rarity and the red is the highest rarity. They're going to be harder and progress harder as you go on. Always fill those up and always come over here after you finish with a quest. Next thing you want to always do is with this guy, your botanical researcher, right? You want to come in here, and at first you're only going to have one slot. And with that one slot, for starters, you always want to have a might seed. The might seed is what you use to have the most money off of each time you go on a quest. And the way that I know that is by if you go to the cultivate section, you can actually see what they sell for at the bottom. This one sells for 140. I'm not going through the whole list because that one's the highest. And you're only going to have one slot, and the way that you get two slots is by actually doing an optional quest. And optional quests are a huge thing in this game. You should always do them. I just went through over the course of when I put out my last video to this one, I went over doing every single side quest all the way up through level 5, and it was honestly a hard time because of how long I went without doing them. And I really wish I would have done it earlier, so that's why I'm making this video for you guys, so you don't make the same mistake I did. And the one that unlocks the second tier spot for it would be this one right here, Prickly Predicament, I believe. If I'm wrong on that, I'm sorry, but the one that does give you the item slot is in there. So you just want to do one of those. And the story mode, you definitely want to keep an eye on. That's what's going to get you your main HR rank higher. And always keep up with the armor and weapons that you're going to be wearing, which is what I'm going to go over right now. This is where the spoilers are, so if you stuck around here just to see all the way up until this point, skip about 2 minutes ahead from this point right now, and hopefully I'll be done by then. So, if you want to learn about armor, I highly recommend you look up a build. But if you want to go off of my opinion and my experience, I will tell you my best and judgmental things that I've done throughout my playthrough of the game. Alright? And I didn't really start building any gear sets until later in the story. The gear set that I started building after, just because when I first started playing, I mixed and matched every armor that was just the strongest that I could get on me. And the first armor that I went for was actually Pookie, and I finished that whole set. And after I finished the whole Pookie set, I went for Gyora armor, which was the best armor in my opinion until I realized how bad it was. But that's why I'm making this video, so you don't make the same mistake. If you look under the Gyora armor, you see how it says -3 to thunder. If you calculate that and times it by 5, which is every single armor piece, it's going to be -15 total, which you can see right there at the bottom right. Anything that's more than -10, you do not want. So that set was actually really bad when I was versing a thunder boss, something that uses thunder. It's just not an all-around armor. I mean, you can use it, but you definitely want to switch off of it when you're versing something that is thunder related, like the Tobi Karachi, which uses thunder, which is why it's so resistant to thunder, right? After that, I started using the I actually started using the Anjanath armor set after that. But I don't recommend farming for Anjanath armor. That's just something that you're going to end up doing for your weapon probably. You'll end up getting that set later on. But if you always pick up minerals and you mine and pick up bone piles, you'll eventually, like, by the time you unlock this armor set, the ingot armor set, that is what you will be able to craft, and it is a amazing armor set. I used it for so long, and it was a great armor set in my opinion. And after that, the last thing that I farmed for was Diablos Gear, because I needed a really good base set before I went into high rank, which is where Alpha and Beta Gear comes into play. And I just finished farming Pookie Gear, which I'm actually not finished. I need to get the waist piece, the coil, I guess you could say. And the weapon, I stuck with the Bone Jagras tree for a very long time. Up until just recently, I actually swapped off of the Jagras tree, which you can see over here on the left, where you actually see the names of them. What you need to farm to actually get through that tree. As you can see, I went all the way to Jagras Strong Arm 3 before I realized that I would rather have the Odium, which is a rarity 8 that has no element on it. So its default sharpness is going to be much higher, which you can't see because it's question marked right now. And the way that you unlock question mark items is by finding and killing the things that you need. Like, this is an Odogaron tree, so it's going to start off with stuff that is related to the Odogaron. Like, this says Garen Strong Arm, so it's going to be the Odogaron pieces, but this is now high rank materials. So I need to farm the Odogaron in high rank to even see what the next upgrade is, right? It's all preference. I'd look up a tree, a build, something, if you don't want to listen to me here. But I will recommend, if you're using the charge blade from my last video and you want to catch up and continue, highly recommend the capacity charm. It is amazing. It is absolutely beautiful. If you can afford it, whenever you get the chance to buy it, I'd buy it. It's right here, and it increases the time duration on your shield and sword usage. And you won't understand it if you didn't see my last video. If you didn't, this is when you should go check that out, because charge blades are absolutely amazing. They put out so much damage. Alright, next thing you also want to make sure you do is check that you ate. Well, you can't really check that you ate. You just gotta eat. Make sure you eat before every single mission assignment that you do. And if you don't, you say you forgot, there's one right next to camp that you can always do. And the main one that you want to do is the Chef Choices Platter. And the reason that it's the Chef Choices Platter is because if you see the health at the top where you see Hunter and Palico in the green, whatever one has the highest number in the green section at the top is what you want. So if you don't have the Chef Choices Platter, for whatever reason, just go for one that has the highest in the green number. That's what you want, just to get that health increase. And that annoying cutscene that you can never skip if you didn't know how to skip it, it's options. You just hit the option button and ta-da, you can skip it and you're done eating already, and it's just so much quicker. You can do the same thing when you craft your armor. Alright? And the last thing that I'm going to be going over is the capture. You always want to capture every single boss that you physically can. And the capture system it's not too hard and difficult to explain, but it's just something that you get the hang of once you do it your first time. When you get a trap, which it comes in two different forms, it's a Pitfall Trap, where you need a trap tool, which I can show you over here. You can actually purchase them from this guy right here, the stockpiler. You buy them for, I'm not sure how much, I'll show you right here. Right on the 3rd page, I believe. Nope, 4th page, 5th page. No, you can't buy them. Well, yeah, you can. They're on the 1st page, 200 a piece, right here. There you go. So once you buy one of those, you need a thunderbug, and you combine those two to get a shock trap, and you need trank bombs, which you get by getting sleep herbs and parashrooms. Yeah. And you combine those and you get trank bombs, and that's what you want to do. Once you get it in a shock trap or a pitfall trap, which you make by getting a tool trap and a net, you combine those, you get a pitfall one. And you want to make sure he's really weakened, whatever monster you're fighting, before you put him in a trap and you try and trank bomb him, which I can make a capturing tutorial in a different video, like an advanced beginner's guide or something like that. Maybe high rank, I don't know, high rank guy, what you should do once you get high rank. But after every single quest you do, not after every single one, because you can let it sit for a while, you want to go to collect harvest, and your harvest is going to be there, and you can sell everything, which each one of those boxes is equal to one quest, assignment, side mission, investigation, anything that you go about doing, it always fills up one of them. So whenever you come back, you can sell your mite seeds that sell for the most, as I explained earlier, and you just get a lot of money from there. And if you guys would like to see more, let me know. Hit that like button. If you want to see other stuff, make sure you tell me what you want to see in the comment section down below. And if you want to see more content, make sure you subscribe, stick around, hit that little notification bell so you see when I post. And I want to stop and thank everybody that stuck around since my last video, and everybody that was here to watch my last video. The support on it was amazing, and I didn't think I was going to get that many views, likes, comments on it. It blew my mind. It made my day. Well, my past few days, because it's still getting views, and it's awesome. I can't thank you guys enough. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace.